Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. So today's reading is a mid-monthly reading for October 2020 for all of the signs. I will be doing two separate spreads, one for love and relationships and the other for career and finance. For the love and relationship portion of the reading, I'm using Tarot of the Divine, also pulling an oracle card from the Life Purpose deck. And the love and relationship, I'll be using the Sun and Moon Tarot and pulling an oracle card from the Romance Angels deck. Just a reminder, these are general readings, so the messages may or may not resonate. The only way to get a truly personalized reading will be to order a private reading from me. If you're interested in doing that, all of the information can be found in the description box below this video. For newcomers, welcome. I'm happy that you found me here and hope that you will like the video and will decide to subscribe. For those that have been with me for a while, I appreciate each and every one of you. Another reminder, check out my TikTok account as well. I put out different types of videos over there, shorter videos, mainly focusing on soulmate connections, love relationships, so check that out as well. All right, so thanks again, and I will see each of the signs for their reading in just a second. Hi Pisces, hope you're doing well. I'm here to get into your reading. So as you can see, I've shuffled off camera and laid the spreads to try to save a little bit of time. So we'll start off with your career and finance part of the reading. And it's interesting because career and finance, you have all minor arcanas, and love and romance, you have all major arcanas. So that's an interesting couple of spreads here. But with the all minor arcanas showing up for your career and finance reading, this just tells me that, there's a lot going on that you are very much in control of. Things here in the material realm are like you are sort of doing what you need to do, and it's more about you. When we have more major arcanas in a spread, things are more sort of out of your hands. They're more in the hands of the universe, divine timing, that type of thing. So with all of these showing up as minor arcanas, this is you just really putting in the hard work and effort, and everything that is happening for you and to you is, there's a lot that you have to do with that success, or with that, whatever's going on, you have a lot to do with it. So in the past position, you have the Five of Cups, and I'll go ahead and show you the cards and then we'll go through the meaning. So Five of Cups. In the present, it's the Four of Cups. The outbound position, the King of Coins. And from the bottom of the deck, the overall energy, you have the Three of Wands. And if I look beneath the Three of Wands, we have, actually here you have major arcanas. You have the World, you have the Hierophant. So major arcana showing up there, but in general, all minor. So the Five of Cups followed by the Four of Cups. So there's a lightening, so a regression, of going back, a lightening of some type of disappointment from the Five to the Four. And the Five of Cups oftentimes shows up when we're focusing too much on, what hasn't worked out. You can see here that there are obviously 5 cups on the card, but 3 of them have spilled out, representing disappointment, representing, things that didn't work out as planned. It's, those feelings of sort of unhappiness and despair at times at what hasn't worked out. But the woman here, she has her face, right? She's covering her face, and she's just so sort of caught up in and wallowing in all of the sadness of what didn't work out that she's not even paying attention to the 2 cups right next to her or behind her. And the Two of Cups is, it's the minor arcana version of the Lover's card, which is all about, kindred spirits, partnering up with others, that's sort of soulmate connection with another individual. In the case of work and finance, a work colleague or somebody that you could be, there could be a great opportunity for a partnership, partnering up with somebody. But the woman is so she's so focused on what hasn't worked out for her that she's not even paying attention to the positive things, the opportunities that she has surrounding her. And there is this lightening or lessening, because it goes down to the Four of Cups, which usually represents boredom, apathy, again, being so sort of focusing on what you don't want and not paying attention to the opportunity, the one thing that could possibly be offered to you. And again, there's this 3 down here that this person is sort of looking at, thinking, oh, I'm not really sure, and not even paying attention to the Holy Grail, this Ace of Cups behind her. Okay, so there's something to do with not paying attention or not seeing opportunities surrounding you. But by the end of the month with this King of Coins, this is huge. The King of Coins is, as the king, he's mastered his suit of coins, which is earth energy, and it has to do with the material things, here in the material realm. So it has to do with the work that we do, our job, career. It's also the money that we earn, the things that we can buy with that money. So our home, it can have to do with, our car, transportation, also family. And this is King Midas, right? The King of Coins, he has that Midas touch. Everything he touches turns to gold, because he is very aware of, and very good at being reliable, being dependable, working very hard in order to achieve, that financial success and stability. So this is, a great energy to have. And it's like you're getting out of, for some of you, you've already gone through this 5 of Cups, whatever disappointment there was, you're sort of moving forward, leaving it in the past. But there is this message coming through of, needing to pay attention to things around you, things that you might not be, really focusing on, that could bring great prosperity in for you. And it's interesting because different suits, obviously, but we have a 5 to 4 to 3, and the 3 of Wands is, or 3s in the Tarot in general, speak of expansion. So it's expansive energy. And the 3 of Wands is almost, unlimited potential, unlimited growth potential. Usually it shows there's a man standing on a cliff top in the traditional tarot, and he's staring out to sea, waiting to see what the ships will bring back in for him. So he's had that big new beginning, right? This is obviously fire energy. It has to do with work. It has to do with creativity, projects. And then it's our own ambition and drive and determination for going after, or for doing whatever that work or project or, creative endeavor is. And if you think about what comes immediately before the 3 of Wands, the 2 of Wands, that is a card of decision, right? It's choosing a path, choosing and sometimes that path can be, the sort of the one less traveled, but it's choosing a path and then putting in the time and effort and hard work to make something happen. And then, here it's like you're waiting to see what will come of all of that hard work. So this can have to do with something coming in from a distance. This can have to do with, like in something international, an opportunity or a job coming from a distance or across water or from a different country. Could be dealing with people from different places, and you do have the World card immediately below it. So there could be some type of international element to whatever this expansion is, but it is growth, right? The 3s, they're all about growth and expanding your horizons. And whatever this expansion is, it's getting you out of this 5 of Cups. It's getting you, it's sort of pointing you in the right direction, getting you out of the 4 of Cups and pushing you towards the King of Coins, which is, great financial stability and abundance. Now, let me just take a look at the guidebook, because obviously this deck, it is a bit different. And yes, it has, the cards carry with them the traditional messages of, that are associated with that card in the tarot. But this particular deck, the Tower of the Divine, each card is also associated with a particular either fairy tale or folklore or deity from around the world. So let's take a look at, let me see here. So the Five of Cups, the woman crying on the card here. So she's associated with La Llorona, which means the crying woman, right? From Mexico, from Mexican folklore. And it says the Five of Cups is useless regret without learning. Jealous of her husband's new wife, La Llorona drowns her own children and is now a wailing ghost who wanders the earth. She continues to wallow in grief, refusing to seek redemption or happiness. So it has to do with depression, guilt, self-pity, regret, and stagnation. The Four of Cups is associated with the Danish folktale of the Nightingale. So from Denmark, and this has to do with, or it represents, romanticizing bad choices while ignoring good alternatives before you. It is coveting what is superficially better, neglecting a plain nightingale who can actually sing away death. A lack of awareness, pessimism, daydreaming, and reevaluation. Okay, and then the King of Coins, let me find him here. King of Coins is linked to, so this comes from North America. So this is North American mythology, and this is the world turtle, and represents stability, faithfulness, strong enough to support the weight of others' hopes and dreams, right? He might not be an active participant in their lives, but he's always dependable, slow, and steady. Has to do with success, conservatism, strong will, and willingness to work. And lastly, the Three of Wands. In this deck, the Three of Wands is, let me find it. That was at the back. Here we go. So the Three of Wands is a Romanian fairy tale, right? And the fairy tale is the enchanted pig. And it says, the Three of Wands represents hard work and travel. The princess takes a long journey to rescue her prince, making sacrifices and surviving trials along the way. If she stays motivated, her efforts will be rewarded. Self-motivation, freedom, reward, and romance. And the last one, which was underneath that, I'll look at that one as well, just because it had, like, I was picking up the, sort of international, this one just mentioned travel, right, and traveling to a distance. So the world card is associated with a Maori legend from New Zealand, and it says the world is the happily ever after ending following a difficult journey. Hinemoa and I'm sorry if I pronounce it don't pronounce it correctly. Tutanekai represent the victorious conclusion, a positive outcome most desired. However, a conclusion also heralds the start of a new journey. So completion, fulfillment, triumph, celebration, recognition. Yeah, so there's something to do with something coming in from a distance, right? This could be something that you have either not been focused on or haven't been paying attention to, but there's some type of opportunity here, coming in, and it's going to definitely bring a great deal of financial abundance and security to you. So definitely, pay attention to that. You could be, again, partnering up with, working with somebody who lives at a distance from you, but there's great growth potential here. Whether this is, within a creative endeavor or an actual job opportunity, a way for you to make money. It's leading you towards this King of Coins. And again, these are all minor arcana. So things very much, within your grasp and you in control of, where things are headed as far as your career and finance go. And these are just sort of the suits represented. If you're dealing with people, from these signs, the cups energy, that would be water. So either somebody from your own suit, Pisces or Scorpio, Cancer. We have coins, so earth energy, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, and then wands, fire energy, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Okay. And from the life purpose deck, you have animals. It says you understand animals and communicate with them intuitively. Trust your inner guidance as the animals are part of your life's work. Interesting. So let me find this. I'll read you the full description for the animals card. And it says, you drew this card because your life purpose involves working with animals. You love them and they love you. You understand and appreciate their kind and gentle hearts, and you frequently stand up for their rights. In fact, you can feel and hear communications from living creatures. This card is a validation for you to trust these intuitive insights and your inner guidance about ways to connect with the animal kingdom. Any career that you get involved in will benefit from you adding animals into the mix. For instance, having a pet on site at your store or office will open everyone's hearts and bring joy to all. You may find yourself doing volunteer or charity work on behalf of animals, including rescuing them at shelters or bringing awareness to their rights. With your keen animal communication abilities, you may also enjoy one-on-one work as a caregiver. The list of careers in this field is vast, so be sure to spend time outdoors in nature and give considerable thought to your options. Interesting. Okay, so let's move on. We'll move on to your love and relationship part of the reading, which, as I said at the beginning, is made up entirely of major arcana. So very interesting. Lots of fated events, right? Sort of these chance occurrences, meetings, but the universe really stepping in, divine timing at play with a lot that's going on in your love and relationships over the rest of the month or the upcoming 2 weeks. So you have in the past position, major arcana number 8. This is justice. Okay, followed by major arcana number 6, the lovers. And the outbound energy is number 3, the empress. And from the bottom of the deck, you have major arcana, the Fool. This is 0. And if I look immediately below that, you have the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Six of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the Six of Swords. So again, something to do with travel, moving out of choppy waters into calmer waters, success with whatever that is. You might be dealing with a fire sign individual with this Queen of Wands. If so, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, older individual. Could be mother of your children, could be your own mother. Obviously doesn't have to be, right, a woman in these general readings. They're not gender specific, the court cards. And then the Queen of Pentacles, so earth energy again, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. But let's start off here with the Fool card, the 0 of the major arcana. And the Fool it's that in-between moment, right, between the end of one cycle, the World card, and the manifesting, the bringing into reality of a new cycle with the Magician, number 1. So it's like that in-between phase when you sort of take that breath and you see that the person on the card is ready to step off out, into this new cycle, and really trusting in the universe, that the universe has their back, right? And so there's a new cycle beginning. You're being encouraged and asked to take that leap of faith, right? To go ahead and begin whatever this new cycle is, whether this is getting back with a person, beginning a brand new cycle with, a completely different person. But there's a need for you to trust that things will work out. And you did have the Six of Wands, which is victory, right? So things are on the mend here with the Six of Swords. So moving into calmer waters. We have the the Victory card with the Six of Wands. So, new beginnings and positive new beginnings, heading in that, right direction. And the Fool is also associated with the sign of Aquarius. So you might be dealing with an Aquarius. If we look at the other card, so the Justice card, Justice is linked, my mind just went blank here, but here we go. Sorry, it's air energy, Libra. Thank you. Just came to me. So Libra, so air energy with the Aquarius, air energy with Libra. We have the Lovers card here. That could be Gemini, so more air energy. And then the Empress is associated with Taurus and Libra, so air energy along with earth energy. So you might be dealing with either an air sign individual, possibly an earth sign, or a fire sign, because we did have fire show up there with the Queen of Wands. But Justice sitting here in the past position. For some of you, right, you might have been dealing with a court case. So this might actually be, having that justice come through for you. If this is to do with a court case, a legal matter, something along those lines, it's usually positive and things going in your favor, right? It's also a card of balance. You can see that there's the scales of justice, and they are they're perfectly balanced there. So balance being restored. There's also, we have this sword of truth. So there could have been something to do with finding out a truth, or the truth of bringing, balance or restoring balance. If this is within a relationship, like getting back together with somebody, there's something to do with truth coming in, and then, things returning to this balanced state here. For others, the Justice card could mean, going to the court, actually getting married, like a civil type of ceremony, justice of the peace. So getting married, or becoming having that legal union, right, with another person recognized. It can also have to do with I'm picking up just look at the top of the card here with we have the yin yang sign. So it's we know that has to do with things being, again, in balance, but within light there's always some dark, and within darkness there's always some light. So it's this sort of evening out of, if this is you and another person, and you're quite different from one another, there's balance. So you're finally sort of finding that common ground, that middle ground, which, if you are getting back with a person, this is important for you to have. There's also with this card, and in this particular deck, there's a need for us to look at ourselves, right? To sort of evaluate ourselves, look honestly, also, sort of, I'm trying to say, like, be responsible for our own actions. So whatever it is that, we have done, if this was in a relationship, taking responsibility for what has happened, for what's been done. We also have beginnings and endings symbols on the card. So there's something to do, and we have the beginning card here. So beginning and an ending, but this could be, again, getting back with somebody. So it could be this new beginning, but within a relationship that you've already been in the past. Now, the Lovers card coming in here, obviously this is that deep soulmate, sometimes past life connection with another person. And the two people, they come together, and soulmates can appear as, many different, we can have many different soulmates in our lives, and they can appear as many different people, right? They can be obviously romantic in nature, but they don't have to be, right? Soulmates can be friends. They can show up as colleagues at work, business partners. But it is that deep connection where, both of you are sort of each other's equals, in the sense that you both, you've both worked on yourselves. You're both coming to this relationship, with your own offerings. Like each of you bring something to the relationship, and then when you're together, the two become one. And so it's, you're stronger together but not because you're lacking, right, in anything. It's just because both of you are contributing to the other person, right? So it's that type of energy. It can also have to do with a significant decision, right? The Lover's card in the earlier decks, it had one person sort of standing there with two others in front of them, like a man with two women in front of him, and then needing to make that decision, needed to choose between two people. So there could be something to do with needing to choose between two people. But it's a very beautiful energy. It's a very beautiful, especially in a love and relationship reading, a beautiful energy to have surrounding you. Now, the Empress, as the outbound energy, right? We were talking about threes up here with the Three of Wands. This is like all of the threes rolled into one because it's major arcana, so more significant energy. But the Empress, I mean, she is the ultimate in femininity, and in, she's like the earth mother. She's this beautiful woman. She's obviously gives birth. She's actually pregnant on this card. So for some of you, and we do have we have the rabbit, so other sort of nods to fertility here. So if you are looking to get pregnant, there could be news of that coming in, right? Or there's definitely energy surrounding you for fertility more towards the end of the month. If that's not something that you want, then take care, I would say. But also the Empress, she is that beautiful earth type of energy, right? And she's very beautiful. She takes care of herself. This could be you just, taking more care of yourself, just, dedicating more self, understanding that, dedicating more time to yourself, understanding that it's important, right? Again, going back to what I was saying about the Lover's card, in order for you to attract somebody, right, you first have to obviously love yourself, right? In order for you to love somebody else, you have to take care of yourself. You have to sort of pamper yourself, love yourself in order to attract somebody else, and in order to really look at somebody else and want that, a relationship with somebody, because you yourself are whole. And so again, it's not that you need another person, but you want another person in your life, right, to add to you, and certainly not to take away or to fill a void. It's just to bring more into your life, to contribute to you, right, and to what you have already in your life. And she's linked with Venus. So yeah, definitely this feminine energy, this feminine beauty and strength and fertility. And it's interesting because we had, where was it, going back here, with the Justice card, we had the yin yang, right? Well, she is just sort of one side of that, the Empress. She's the yin energy, right? And so she's all about the feminine. So there's this sort of nod to this joining, the coming together of the masculine and feminine. And then we have the feminine showing up here as the outbound energy. But again, creativity, giving birth to new things. So could be actually pregnancy, giving birth to a child, could be giving birth to, or growth within a relationship, or giving birth to a new project, right? It doesn't have to be a child, but it's all about, and I'm noticing here, besides her sitting on, she's sitting on the moon. So, that could be something to do with, we do have the full moon coming up at the end of the month. This obviously isn't a full moon, but something to do with, the moon that comes immediately after the full moon at the end of our month, at the end of this month. Also, she's sitting like in this doorway, it's like she's at in the middle of this threshold. And we also have the two of them in this doorway, and we have this, she's in the middle, like almost being surrounded in this doorway, sort of between the two sides of the scale. So something to do with a passage, passing into, walking into this new phase, opening yourself up, being open to this new phase in either your relationship or in your life. And if this is, if it's getting back with somebody, this person is your soulmate, and there's great growth potential and also potential to grow, your relationship with the person to include possibly a child, it's that type of energy. For others, this is, again, coming in, this new person coming into your life, and it could be after this balance having been restored to your life, and now there's just great growth potential surrounding this new relationship. So you can definitely move forward. I'm just getting move forward, and just trust that, you are this is sort of a divinely guided timing for this, and things are appearing for you, and these the person or situations are appearing in your path because they are divinely guided. So let's take a look at your romance angel card. Yeah, you have past life relationship. It says you have known each other before. Okay, and let me go ahead and find this card in the guidebook. And it says, the romance angel sent you this card to explain the relationship you have inquired about. You have some unfinished business in conjunction with a soulmate from a past lifetime. This may involve forgiving someone, a joint project, or learning personal lessons such as patience. Soulmates recognize each other instantly, and this feeling is often registered as a sense of romantic or sexual chemistry. The magnetism that draws two people together can surpass logic because the purpose of the relationship is healing and learning. Whether or not your soulmate becomes your life partner, you will experience personal and spiritual lessons and growth as a result. Past life regressions can also help you uncover the answers that you are needing. Interesting. And I was just being drawn back to this Lover's card, which obviously can be that past life connection, but we see on the card that there's also children, right, appearing on the card with these lovers. So something to do with children. So definitely, do pay attention to that if you're not looking to get pregnant at this time, because there's children showing up on here. We have the Empress over here. Yeah, very interesting reading for you. Very positive, but interesting reading for the remainder of the month, Pisces. So I do hope that the messages have helped. I thank you for joining me today. I look forward to reading for you again, and just know that I'm sending you much peace, love, and light for a wonderful rest of the month. Bye for now.